Good evening. Hi, I'm Dr. Kelly Burkenstock, owner of Skin Body Health in New Orleans, Louisiana and Mandeville, Louisiana. We're tuning in a couple of minutes late tonight because once again in my lovely state of New Orleans, we're facing a hurricane. So it did make us a bit tardy and we apologize for that, but we're coming to you still live. And what we're going to talk about is a day in a healthy, fit life and what eating in that day looks like. We've done one of these and it was so popular, it's backed by popular demand. So day one, which we did a couple of months ago, will be on the website along with all the recipes. So we start at the beginning of my day, and what would that day look like? And we go all the way through the end of the day. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. So many times people ask me, well, Dr. Burkenstock, we know you've got old grown kids. My oldest is 31 years old. How do you stay fit? How do you stay young looking? Well, you do have to try at it. It's not impossible, but you do have to try, and it's really not hard. So let me tell you a little bit about what I do in my everyday life. For example, we're going to cook 4 big meals, but they're really not hard and they really go rather quickly. But what I don't do is I don't try to cook them all in one day. Because if you tried to do that, there wouldn't be enough time if you're a busy person with a career or a lot of kids or other obligations. So what I typically do is I will make one main dish, say, for example, our breakfast bowls, which we're going to show you tonight. And that breakfast bowl is good for a whole week. So I have enough portions to spread throughout the whole week. Or if I have guests coming over, I'll make double portions, and again, we'll have it for the whole week. Then maybe the next day I'll do a lunch, and with that lunch I'll make ample portions so that we can trade off and have that lunch for the whole week, maybe use it on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. You kind of get the drift. So, without further ado, and I hate to read, but because it's such long ingredients list tonight, I will do a little bit of reading to walk you through it. So, in the morning, and this one, it does take a few minutes. It's a lot of things to throw in. But the savory flavors, the blended flavors are absolutely magnificent, and it's high protein, good healthy fats, good healthy carbs, and you can eat this for breakfast all the time, guilt-free. It's going to keep you happy, fit, and healthy. It's got a lot of fiber in it, a lot of vegetables in it, and like I said, great complex carbohydrates and great proteins to keep you well on your way to whether you're in menopause looking great or whether you're a younger person feeling great. Because isn't life all about longevity and vitality? Well, in case you don't know who we are, I'm Dr. Burkenstock. That's Burkenstock. Please follow us on our YouTube channel, Dr. Burkenstock Skin Body Health. We bring you anti-aging news, great diets, cutting-edge treatments for everything from menopause and andropause to erectile dysfunction and urinary leakage to Botox, skincare, anything that we can do to help you looking great and feeling great at any stage of your life. So, without further ado, let me tell you a bit about my savory quinoa breakfast bowl. Well, why do we call it savory? It's not a sweet bowl, and it's got a lot of wonderful ingredients. Here's what it looks like when it's complete. A little bit hard to see on the camera probably, but we've got quinoa mixed in with wild rice. If you like wild rice and not a fan of quinoa, you can use that. Just please don't use white or brown rice. So this is a quinoa wild rice mixture, and then we've got these lovely orange tomatoes. And then we've got our purple sweet potatoes in the center. And then over on the side, beautiful Swiss chard mixed in with turkey. And what makes it so wonderful is the embellishment of all of the herbs and herbs that we use to plump up the flavor. So let me tell you about those herbs. And it doesn't take long to make it all. And you can make a very large portion. Like, for example, we made it in this entire And this will make 6 to 8 bowls. So if you're having guests over, you've got breakfast for 6 to 8. If not, you can package it in 3 or 4 small containers, because you wouldn't want to mix the fresh tomatoes with the cooked items. 3 to 4 containers and boom, throw it together. And within a minute, you've got a delicious, savory quinoa turkey, just lovely breakfast bowl. So let me tell you a little bit about the herbs that we use for this. So we use 3 cups of either wild rice mixed with quinoa, or plain wild rice. My preference is to mix them together. You're getting so many different nutrients by the blend, and I just love the taste. It's just so full and bodyful. We use 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We're not just pouring that olive oil in, because what we're doing is we're using 1 tablespoon to cook the turkey. So we're using fresh ground turkey, mixing it in the saucepan. The saucepan, that's the original saucepan that I showed you. And when you put it in there, you use 1 of your tablespoons of your olive oil and a little tiny bit of sea salt, and you stir and stir over 5 minutes. Pretty simple, pretty simple. So then, while we're doing that, we've already prepped and taken the purple sweet potatoes, and we've chopped them. Leave the skin on, because there's so many vitamins and minerals in the texture of the skin. We've just turned that oven on to 400, threw that in there. We got fennel bulbs. Now, most of you are aware of fennel seeds. We use those a lot when we're cooking with seafoods and other various things. Y'all can go ahead and tend to that. But there's actual fennel bulbs in the lettuce and radish section of your local grocery store. So we did have some fennel bulbs. We chopped those up, and then we put those in the oven. We took the potatoes, sliced those in half, the purple sweet potatoes, and we put those in the oven at 400. Both of those cook for about 20-25 minutes. You can either, if you've got a very large rack, you put your parchment paper, just a little bit of olive oil, roll them, and then put them in the oven. So you've got your fennel chopped bulbs going, you've got your sweet potatoes going, and again, they can be on the same flat pan with a little bit of olive oil. Then the next, and one of my most favorites, is when you're pulling out the potatoes and the fennel, you just put those to the side on the stove in that big flat pan. In another one, we're going to put bacon in. Boy, everybody gets excited when I say you get to have bacon. You just have to be careful what kind of bacon you buy. So this is a Hormel brand called Natural Choice. I love this brand. It's not because I love Hormel. They make a lot of products I don't like. But on this particular one, they did a home run. There's no nitrites, no nitrates. It's uncured bacon. It's all natural, 100% natural. You can feel good about buying this bacon product. And we all need a bacon treat, or most of us do, every once in a while. So after I pulled out my purple sweet potatoes and my fennel bulbs that I chopped up, they take about 20-25 minutes to brown. Put that big large pan on the stove, and then I lower the oven to 350, put in the bacon. You just lay the strips out. You don't have to fool with it. Now, ordinarily I'd go about 20 minutes with the bacon. In this case, I go about 25, because you want it dark and crisp. Almost to the point of burn, but not quite. Then when you pull it out, it's so easy. You're taking your paper towel, you're laying it on a plate with paper towels. You're taking more paper towels after you put the cooked bacon on top of the paper towel plate. And you just sort of pat and mush. While you're patting and mushing, it crumbles. You've saved yourself 3 steps. You've gotten crumbled bacon and bacon that's been drained of fat, all in one step. So easy. So yeah, when you're shopping for bacon in your area, in your food stores, you may have different brands, but you want 100% natural, and you want original uncured bacon, nitrite-free, nitrate-free, no preservatives, no artificial ingredients. I can feel good about having an occasional treat with this bacon. So going on, of course, we've got the purple sweet potatoes that we told you about, and the sweet chard. So not many people know what sweet chard is, and it's just a lovely, lovely greenery. It's got a beautiful bright red stem and a variegated leaf, and these leaves are absolutely delicious. I do throw in the red stem too, but if you don't like something that's a little chewy, you can certainly break those off and throw them away. And then you just want to chop your leaves in about 3 pieces. They cook down sort of like a spinach consistency, and just chock full of vitamin A, phytonutrients, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. It's a beautiful, beautiful addition and to get some great greens in your daily breakfast bowl. It cooks pretty quickly, easily. So I start the turkey, as I've got the oven items going, I start the turkey on the stovetop, just a little bit of olive oil and a dash of sea salt. I put in a big wad of Swiss chard. So it usually comes in 3 chunks. I chop them up and with my hand, so you're not even having to pull out a chopping board. And after the turkey is cooked and you've just taken your little spatula for about 5 minutes, you throw in the chard and let that cook down further. It's really pretty easy and simple. We're going to put all of these recipes on the website and on our Facebook page so that you can see them for yourself. So then let's see. Got the bacon finishing up. We did the potatoes, we did the fennel. On the stove, we've got the olive oil, the turkey, a little bit of the sea salt. And then we added the sweet Swiss chard. Absolutely delicious. So we do that for about 7 minutes more. That's it, you're done. Then that's when you get out your bowls and you make this beautiful savory quinoa, turkey, sweet chard, tomato bowl. Delicious. It'll last in the refrigerator for about a week. So if you've made a large batch, which is what I usually do, maybe I'll have it Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday, and I never get tired of it. It's just so good and healthy for you with the quinoa and the wild rice, the turkey, and it's just the savory herbs that make it just so wonderful. And they blend so nicely. So what herbs did we use? Well, it may surprise you. We used a tablespoon of espresso instant coffee. It's delicious and it goes so well. Try it. May sound strange at first, but when you put it in and mix it with the turkey and the potatoes and the fennel, it just gives a wonderful, wonderful savory appetite to it all. In addition to that, we're using oregano, chili powder, as I said in the beginning, the sea salt, black pepper, red pepper flakes. It's absolutely delicious. It gives a little bit of a chang, and cayenne pepper. That beautiful orange tomatoes we've sliced in half, and we leave those in the ice box till the end, or refrigerator. And the lovely little bacon bits that we've made from scratch. They're wonderful, and again, they don't have the chemicals and preservatives that the cheaper bacon does. So what I love about this recipe and the bacon is that it doesn't have to be expensive to be good for you. The Hormel bacon's about 50 cents more. And you know what? I am so worth 50 cents more. All right, so that's breakfast in the Burkenstock household. Let's move on to lunch. Again, don't worry about writing down all these recipes. They will be on the website and the Facebook page for your review if you care to have them. So I love to make, ladies and gentlemen, can y'all give me one with marinara? So this is the step right before we put the red sauce on. This is, believe it or not, a broccoli pizza. So when my heathen kids or the staff orders in one of those horrible processed pizzas, I just can't do it. But I love pizza. I mean, I grew up on pizza. But now I just go for the healthy version. So let me tell you about the healthy version. It's made with broccoli. Go figure. And it's absolutely delicious. So, when I'm getting ready to make this broccoli pizza, I get a bag of broccoli. The broccoli florets, or you can cut them yourself from the big, broccoli heads. It's fine. We get 2 whole eggs and 2 egg whites. So 2 of these eggs, I'm going to drain off the yolk, and I'll put the yolk to the side and actually freeze it sometimes to use in another recipe. But for this recipe, I'm using 2 egg whites, and 2 whole eggs. And I'm putting them in a bowl, in my processor bowl, getting ready to puree, and I do that with the broccoli florets. I take 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese, and I get it already grated just for ease. Of course, it's more delicious and healthier if it's fresh. If you've got time to do that, by all means do it. But I just use the pre-ground Parmesan cheese. I make sure it doesn't have any artificial ingredients in it. So I've got my broccoli florets, my eggs, and my egg whites, my grated Parmesan cheese, flour of choice. I like to use coconut flour. It's just such a harmless flour, and coconut has so many vitamins, minerals, and great monounsaturated fats. I just love it. Tablespoon of olive oil. Make sure you've got one of the better brands. I like Vigo, and there's another one I like as well. And the other brand I like is the Carapella brand. Virgin olive oil. You can go to any of the virgin olive oil websites, and they will tell you which ones are really good and which ones are sort of your junk or your generic olive oils that maybe have a mixed blend of canola and other junk oils in them. And then a little salt and pepper. So you put that in the blender, blend it all down, and you get a grainy, pasty mat. You take it out of the blender or puree blender, and you just make it into small circles. And then you can take a round bowl if you'd like to get them looking uniform, which I like. Throw them in the oven for 20 minutes. You throw them in the oven for 20 minutes at 400, and you take them out. Once you take them out, and you check, because every oven is individual. It could be 25 minutes. You want it to look a little bit golden brown on the edges. And you're going to make your patties about 1/4 of an inch high. And again, you can use a bowl to make them circular and round. Once you remove them, you're going to put the mozzarella on, and then your toppings. So this particular time, we've used some pineapple and mushroom slices, a little bit of red and yellow bell pepper, and black olive slices. And this is what this beautiful angel looks like right before we've melted cheese and the marinara on him, which takes about another additional 5 to 10 minutes. So we take them out, we put the marinara, sprinkle some mozzarella on top. We're going to show you in about 5 minutes what that beautiful looks like, and tastes absolutely delicious. And it's guilt-free. There is no butter, there's no paste, there's no saturated fats in this. It's just a wonderful base of broccoli, coconut flour, and any vegetables and herbs of your choice. If you choose, you could throw on a little bit of healthy bacon. I'm not a big fan of pepperoni because it's such a processed meat. You could do a little ground turkey on it, or maybe a 97% lean ground meat. But this is a pizza you could eat 2 or 3 times a week and not have any guilt about it. So that's lunch, and we're going to show you lunch in a minute. Moving on to dinner. Can y'all finish that? Mm-hmm. We got the chicken green bean sesame. And what we do it in a wok, and we're using fresh chicken. So we'll get a chicken breast without bone, chop it up into 1-inch cubes, and roll it around a little bit of coconut flour and a tablespoon of olive oil. I love olive oil, in case you haven't guessed already. So we'll roll that around the bowl and then transfer it over to our wok. We have that wok heated up with another 1 tablespoon of olive oil, which we've swished around the pan. We've got that on high heat to just before it starts smoking. We throw in the chicken cubes that we have already squashed around in a separate bowl with the flour, coconut flour, and a little bit of olive oil. So then when we put it on the stove, it starts to brown, and we keep fluffing the chicken and turning the chicken, and it becomes very nicely brown. Once it's brown, we add the cashews, the green beans, the ginger, and a little 1 tablespoon of honey. It's about a 1/2 cup of raw cashews, and a little bit of water so that it stays moist. We also add coconut aminos or aminos, so those keep it from getting sticky or from burning against the wok. And it just adds a delightful little flavor to it without adding anything that's dangerous. So again, we took the chicken with the coconut flour and a little bit of the olive oil. We tickled that around in a bowl. Then we threw it in a hot, preheated wok that had a tablespoon of the olive oil in it. We added the green beans, 5 cloves of garlic. I like a little bit more, but 5 cloves of garlic if you're not a heavy garlic fan, and ginger. So we get the ginger elbows and we chop. I put them to the side, sorry. And we chop, grate. And you get yourself a good heaping tablespoonful of that ginger. And it just gives it a tangy, lovely hint of sweet, hint of tang flavor. So we saute that for about 2 minutes in the wok. We lower it, let it go on for about 5 minutes, and then it's ready to serve. So very easy. So we've got a beautiful dinner here. Chicken, cashew, green beans with some ginger, and you can't really get any healthier than that. And it's so filling because of the protein and the monounsaturated fat from the cashews. You leave the table feeling full, and you're just not looking for the chips and the ice cream and the cookies. But what if you did need a little snack? What would we do? Well, I make these quite often, I have to admit. What we have here are gorgeous date, dark cocoa, coconut, mixed with some chia seed energy balls. They're wonderful. So you put them in your lovely blender, you puree them, you throw it in the blender. It's literally 4 ingredients: dates, unsweetened coconut, dark chocolate cocoa, and chia seeds. Now you could substitute sunflower seeds or almonds or any of your other nuts or seeds of choice. You puree it for about 1.5 minutes, then add a little bit of water, get it out, roll it into balls, dip it in more of the coconut flakes. You put it in the freezer for 2 hours and they are ready to go. Whatever you don't eat, keep in the refrigerator. And if you had one a day, it's a perfectly sweet and delightful dessert. You're never looking for anything that would harm you, and you've just been through a whole day and haven't cheated on anything. Let us show you what that pizza looks like once it's finished. So here's our naked, beautiful pizza, and it absolutely could compete against Domino's or any of the other ones. Then you can add your toppings and add some more toppings if you like. This one's a plain cheese pizza, which is what I like. You could add any of the toppings we discussed, or if you're in a big vegetable night, you could do the black olives, pineapple, peppers, mushrooms, and the like. But I'm in the mood for a plain cheese pizza with mozzarella. It's absolutely delicious. I challenge someone to eat this pizza and to tell me it doesn't taste 1,000,000 times better than store-bought, delivery, or pizza on the corner. Well, as always, I'm Dr. Burkenstock. It's been a pleasure talking with you tonight. And we don't always have the time, like right now, we're in the midst of a hurricane. Who's got time to do all this on the stove? Even though it really didn't take that long. For us to cook everything that we cooked tonight, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a full dessert, it was about 35 minutes in the kitchen. Now, of course, I knew all the ingredients I had, and I had pre-bought, but none of the dishes take a lot of work. That's what's so beautiful. But when you can't cook and you don't want to grab for that can of soup or that Swanson meal out the box or anything else, you can supplement a salad or a burger or anything else with what we call Forever Fit. It's our combination of our fiber complex, our alkaline greens, and our vitality multivitamin mineral. If you have these three, you know you're going to be forever fit. The fiber is going to keep your gut from getting leaky. The alkaline greens is going to feed all the vitamins and minerals from the greens and the berries and the fruits that you're not getting. If you have a particular day that you can't cook fresh, and the Vitality is going to fill you up with multivitamins and minerals. This is enough for an almost 3-month supply. The retail on this is $210. You can go to our store, skinbodyhealth.com, and this bundle called Forever Fit, will be on special for $149 down from $210. We'd love for you to get involved with Forever Fit and try it yourself. We have a 100% money back guarantee. All of our vitamins and minerals have the FDA seal of approval called the GMP, and you can look for that symbol, the GMP symbol, on all of our products. So we're happy to serve you as always. We come and do events in Florida, Alabama. I was just in New York, just got back late last night. My flight was delayed because of the hurricane, but I am glad to be back home. We love serving our patients. We want to bring you healthy recipes, anti-aging lifestyles, and help you on your journey to longevity and vitality. If we can help you at all, please let us know. info@skinbodyhealth.com. You can email us, info@skinbodyhealth.com. Please like and share us on our YouTube channel, Dr. Burkenstock Skin Body Health. We will have our recipes up. Give us a couple of days due to the hurricane, but we will have them up on our website and on our Facebook channel. And tonight, if anybody likes and shares the first 3, whether it's on our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, we will send you the first 3. We will send you our Forever Fit bundle. It's a $210 value, and there are going to be 3 lucky winners tonight. Thank you for hanging out there with us. We've already, in the background here, we've got staff and other members waiting to dive into the food. So, as always, we appreciate you. God bless, and take care.